Hello and welcome to Indigo Blue. My name's Jane Allmark and I'm one of the design team. And we're now into the beginning of December, so I thought, well, most of us have got our Christmas cards done and ready, but some of us are still sort of thinking of ideas and things at the end. And I just wanted to say how many wonderful Christmas stamps we've got. So we've got this lovely series with the children dressed up in Christmas outfits. And these little pieces are perfect for doing wreath cards. And we're going to be doing one today. In fact, we might even do two. But these pieces are perfect. So you can have stars for a wreath card. You can have little leaves. Here again, you've got the mistletoe. You've got the sprig again, which is great. This one, I just love this character for Father Christmas with a little beard. I think it's absolutely lovely. These ones, let me make some room. This is lovely. But again, just because it's straight doesn't mean that you can use it for a wreath. And this is what we're going to use for our first one. This was Christmas Equation. We've got lovely ones like Deck the Halls for just doing inside pieces and cutting out the letters, and just lovely. We've got, and these are just a few that I've got. This one I absolutely love because you can have, this is a winter tree, and you can put a little bird or something in there to make it quite sort of wintry. And I might do one of those at one time as well. And then we've got this lovely one, which has got, I love the stockings and things hanging on this, just perfect to add. And we might actually do some stockings in the centre of the card that I'm going to do. So I have taken Christmas Equation, because again, it's one you wouldn't automatically think of as being good for a wreath. And we're going to use this one, which has got Magic and Sparkle on. Which is, let me have a look at that one, Magic and Sparkle. We could use either of them. So we've got also this one, which I really love, Chestnuts Over Open Fire, 12th of December, December the 25th, the 12th month, plus eggnog equals Christmas, and a star and a bell and a little tree. So again, you've got so many little elements and things in that. I just love it. And this one as well, From Me to You, that you can just sort of stamp everywhere. So lots and lots of ideas and things with that, but we're going to be using this one for now. I put all of my stamps in to keep them. I put them in these little plastic envelopes, which you can buy from various different shops quite inexpensively, and they keep them really nice. So we're going to use this one, and I'm going to use that. This is 5, and this is just under 6 inches, so this is probably just over 5 3/4, because I want to have it in that sort of direction. So just need to grab myself a block. Always get myself prepared. Oh, there we are. That'll do. In fact, I've got my, grab them off of here. I've got my Thin Lizzies, which are really good. So I want one that size, I think. Will that work on there? Might have to use the big one. Might have to use the big one. There we go. Pop that on there, because I don't think that will fit on there, will it? Oh yes, it will at an angle. I don't want to have a too big one, because they're easier for me to work if they're the right size for the job. Okay. So we just hang those back up, and we'll pop this one on here. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to do this in, I'm going to do it in VersaFine Clair, but I'm going to do it in Morning Mist. So it's not quite as stark as the grey, sorry, as the black. I quite often use the VersaFine, the Onyx Black, whereas this is going to be quite nice like that, I think. So we just need to take one up at the top like this. Sure that I've got it pressed down nicely. Oh, look at that. Have I got it upside down? No, I've got it the right way around. Fantastic. Okay, so let's just ink it up again. I'm going to put the next one in. I'm going to have it round this way. I don't want it to come over the top too much. Like that. I don't mind it coming over a little bit like that. Can you see how it sort of blends in a bit? Now it means it doesn't matter which way you put the card up, because as you work it round, the words here are now going to be, so Magic and Sparkle is going to be upside down, but that doesn't matter too much. So let's do that there. And then we'll take it round that way. Because wreaths don't necessarily have to be circular. So you can put, and you could call it a border, but I think it's a bit more than a border. So this one we've got to make sure we get it as evenly as we can. And as I say, it doesn't matter if it overlaps at all, because that's the idea. You want it to go round and round. Okay, so we've now got it going round, and what we can do now is we can just take, and this is where I need to clean it off a little bit, because we've got square corners, which is fine, but we're going to take those corners and we're going to make them, I'm just cleaning my stamp, so it is off camera, but that's because I've got a cleaning block that I use all the time, and then it can make it nice and clean. Now what I want to do now is, I'm doing it in the same color palette, so I'm using the VersaFine Clair. What I want to do is I want to take these, and I just want these little snowflakes to go in at the corner, or I might even just have the little, yes, I think I just want, so I'm just going to take, and this is taking literally just down to here. And again, you don't have to be overly precise, but you want it so that it just comes, so we've got another little one like that. So that just comes in to make it a little bit rounder. Like that. Take that off of there. I want another one that's going to come in on this corner. Like that. And then I'm going to do the other end. So we're going to have these ones in on the alternate corners. So I'm just taking a few, just like that. I don't want any more than those. And I'm just going to take those ones in from here, like that. And then on this one, just like that. So we've got the little stars. In fact, they probably would have looked better in the corner as well, but that doesn't matter too much. Okay, so we're now getting more of a sort of a circular feel to it, which is what we're looking for. And I think that's all I'm going to do with that particular stamp, because I really like that stamp. But I need to make sure that I've got the words the right way up on this one, and then they go all the way round. So again, I quite like that when you're trying to make a wreath type card. So let me just grab my one in here, and I just want to have, I'm just going to put that back in there, I'll sort it out afterwards. But what I want to do now is I just want to take, and I just want to colour in those little bits. Now, you can do it with paints. I'm just going to do it very quickly with an alcohol marker, because it then doesn't take too long. But, you know, use whatever you want. And I'm literally just colouring in the little stars. Got a couple of little ones up here. Let's turn it round. So we've got a couple of little ones here. This one up here. And I'm doing this quite quickly. You know, when you do it, you can obviously take a little bit more time, but because of the camera time, and also you don't really want to sit here watching me colouring in stars. And again, if you wanted to take it sort of to the next level, you could always stamp a few of the stars and cut them out and then put them on to give an extra layer of dimension in there. It's entirely up to you. I quite like doing one sort of layer cards if I'm posting, because postage these days is getting more and more expensive to send cards and things. So that's just given literally a little bit of a pop of colour. And then, because I want to give a little bit of a traditional nod, I'm going to be using a red, and these little tiny spots here, which could be snowflakes, but they don't have to be. I'm literally just going to just add a little bit of red to them, because that will just bring the colours together. Take that one on here, bring that one out here. There's a little star there actually. In fact, there's quite a few little tiny weeny stars that you could colour if you wanted to. I'm just doing this quite quickly just to give you the idea, and then you can sort of run with it as you want. But you can see it makes a fairly simple but fun card. Okay, so make sure I've got the words up that way, which is good. So that's just given a little bit of colouring on there, but still keeping it very clean and simple. So if I then put it onto the card base like this, you can see how beautiful, clean and simple it is. Now what I want to do is I want to put something in the centre, and let me have a look and see what we've got. I was going to put these stockings, wasn't I? Stockings would be quite nice. I don't want to put another silhouette in there. I think one of these little characters is going to be too big. Yes, they're going to stand out too much. But I could have the words Happy Christmas if I wanted to. Or I just could, I did quite like the, you see, the stockings make it more young. These make it more, I'm just looking at words and things and what I've got. I've got Happy Christmas on here. Actually, I quite like that Happy Christmas on this one. You see that Happy Christmas there? I think I'm going to have that one. And there's some more stars and things here, so you could sort of balance it with a few stars. Let me have a look and see the Happy Christmas, because I quite like that in there. That's going to be lovely, although I'm going to have to stamp it first because I can't see what it looks like from one side to the other. If I look at it from let's just put it in like this, and we'll ink it up in exactly the same. like that. And let's have a look and see. Is that happy? That's the happy, isn't it? I'm going to do it on a bit of rough to start off with, or a little scrappy piece. Here we go, just to make sure that I've got it the right way up. It's always the sort of thing to do, is to test and say, oh, that's lovely. That's going to work perfectly. Perfectly. I like the font of this one as well. So let's pop this straight in on here, in that space like that. Oh, you see, I love that. I do like sort of clean and simple, not too overly fussy sometimes. I think, you know, for Christmas cards, particularly if you're sending them to people that, you know, if you know somebody very well, you can send, you know, funnies and all sorts. And I send lots of cards at Christmas. But again, I have quite a few sort of colleagues and things at work that you don't know that well, but you want to give them a card. And this sort of thing is perfect. So let's just give it a little bit of an extra lift. So I use Posca pens just for borders and things like that, and to give the odd splatter. So I'm going to use a Posca pen around the corner of this one. And that will go like that. Just round each one of the corners. And I tend to use, I have what I call a scruffy board, which is what this one is, which I can put paint on, I can put all sorts of, you know, bits and bobs on, and it doesn't matter because it's not going to ruin my larger board. And I just have a couple, which I have, as I say, what I call sort of scruffy ones. Okay, now I am just going to, with this, to just add just a couple of random little dots here and there across, just in on the corners. And I think I try and do them in odd numbers because odd numbers work better than even. But just the odd little dot. Now I could have splattered it, but I want it to be a little bit more uniform. So that, if I then take that off and put that onto my card blank, which is just a standard square card, and put it in, I shall wait for it all to dry before I actually glue it down. But you can see on there how that is a really beautiful, very simple card, but you've got the wreath shape just using one of our stamps really easily. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.